don't know if you saw the numbers yesterday, but they've,
Yeah. Wearing my mega hat and no mask.
mhm.
How's that for
According
getting
to
getting the looks at people? Forgive me.
a discussion on Monday, there wasn't anything that came out of that first K-State football game so far anyway. That might have changed sometime this week, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It didn't come out of there.
Mhm.
Nothing came out of
No.
it. Also shows most of it's coming from the places where everyone gathering.
Congregating.
And congregating. But, you know, if it was a regular flu, it'd do the same thing. And no one would say nothing. There's not a one.
Good conversations with several who think that it's going to be a very confusing flu season, which I can totally see, or it might not be anything. We just don't know yet.
Yep. Right now, anything that goes out there and somebody passes away because of some illness is going to be attributed to COVID. I am getting a lot of stuff done at home, and I've got a lot more to go through.
I've got a little list that I'm kind of knocking one by one some things off on the weekends here. If all goes well.
Yeah.
I might have that done here by mid-October.
Mm-hmm.
I've got stuff I've just put off since spring, really. I mean, nothing major.
Mine are always major because I make them major.
I try to keep it as simple as possible.
I like them done a certain way, so I take my time and it takes longer and making sure everything comes out okay. So,
Well, I have faith and confidence in my ability, so each step of the way, I know it's done right to begin with. So.
okay, time for the meeting. Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. On line and here. So, I don't see Julie up there. Leon, did you have something to say to us this morning?
I do not. But thanks.
Wow, what a day.
Yes.
Okay, since we don't have Julie, I guess we'll start with the commissioner, no other public people here. So start with commissioner comments. Commissioner Ford.
Okay. Busy week. Good morning, everybody who's with us, everybody online this morning. After we met on Monday, that afternoon, I met via Zoom with on the community leaders meeting. It's with the university, the city, local health officials, a few other people from Raleigh County. Continue just to talk and discuss the ongoing efforts on COVID-19 locally and trends and things that we're seeing and just discussions that need to be made there as they try to move along to get through all this. Went well, as usual. I think as long as things kind of stay within the realm we're in, I think we're in a manageable spot. So that's good to hear because some places aren't afforded that luxury at this particular point in time. Tuesday afternoon via Zoom once again. Sat in on the monthly board meeting with Pawnee Mental Health. We got caught up on everything that's going on with them. We got an executive director's report, financial report. Some other programs are kind of going on, and some other couple of initiatives that are kind of being worked through, including our recent proclamation for the month of September as well. We discussed that a little bit too. Wednesday morning, I guess that's yesterday morning, whichever one you want to call it. I met with the Economic Development Committee from the Manhattan Chamber. Was basically discussing a NACO steering committee appointment, some things that maybe are relatable. Just try to get a general understanding and knowledge of what's going on there, what they're working on. Hopefully there'll be some initiatives and other things that we can combine some efforts on moving forward. Also with that in mind, I did meet with Vern Hendricks from the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation, kind of the same thing. We also talked a little bit about the nonprofit Spark funding efforts application that they have set up there too, and gave me some early thoughts about that. They haven't gone through all the applications and stuff yet, but they're coming in, as you can probably expect, and they'll get it worked through, and I have no doubts that we'll get that money appropriated and it'll all work out in the end. Lastly, yesterday afternoon, I did have the opportunity for the first time to meet with the National Association of Counties Community Economic and Workforce Development Committee. That's why I met with everybody earlier in the morning there in lieu of getting out to that. They did theirs on Microsoft Teams instead of Zoom. It's an interesting platform to work from too. Kind of allows you to be able to put a larger group of people, connect a little bit better. Worked out pretty well. There's some neat features on that. We got an introduction from all the applicable committee chairs and subcommittee chairs within that committee. We got a legislative update on what the committee is working on currently. And we're going to start discussing some other prerogatives and initiatives moving forward for 2021. Also got a pretty good presentation from Sarah Sadin, Vice President of Public Policy from the National Low Income Housing Coalition, discussing current things with the National Eviction Moratorium and some other rent and mortgage-based assistant programs and some things that we as county and local leaders need to be thinking about there moving forward. And that's basically my week in a nutshell.
Okay, thank you. Again, most of my time was spent around the house doing stuff, taking care of emails and doing other things like that, phone calls. And then I did attend Monday afternoon the monthly meeting of the RCPD, which went well, and doing things pretty good. And that was about the extent of my time. So anyway, that's where we're at. Any other comments? Do you have anything?
I do actually have a comment, and I apologize. I was working on payroll,
You
and
don't
now I
have to.
ran over here.
Well,
So let's see.
Just come on up.
Okay, sure. So you may be aware, but Public Works had a long-term employee pass away. Excuse me, can't catch my breath. And graveside services are at 4 o'clock on Friday. And Leon would like to, that's what happens when you run over here. Leon would like to grant up to 2 hours of administrative leave for the employees to be able to attend the funeral.
I think we can go along.
That's
with
fine.
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Consensus should
We
do
can
it.
do that by consensus.
Okay, thank you. You have that, okay. All righty, and we'll get down here. Business meeting then.
First item's a real estate sales data search service agreement with Farmer State Bank.
Give me just a second here to pull that back up. Apparently my internet decided to go slow on me here. Okay, I'll go ahead and second that. Or I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve. Sorry.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
I'm used to seconding, as you can tell. There it goes.
What do you have next? I'll just hold them here till you get them all here, so you don't jump up and down every moment.
Next item's a real estate sales data search service agreement with the Bennington State Bank.
Make a motion that we approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Did have one more?
Okay, we have Bryan County Personnel Action Forms
Okay.
for Blaze Peterman, a promotion as a facility and grounds tech one in Public Works. Sydney Owens, a new hire as an appraiser one. Aaron Price, a new hire as a nursing supervisor. Russell Stuckey, a new hire as emergency services director. Brandon Irwin, separation from county service from the health department. And Shannon Sterling, a new hire as an administrative assistant two in Public Works.
All right.
Raleigh County Commission action form for a public health nurse in the health department.
I'm assuming that's to fill Aaron's position since she moved up.
Yes, yeah.
Payroll and accounts payable.
Go ahead and make a motion. We approve payrolls and accounts payable.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
I also have a sympathy card for, it's not paper.
Where's the third one?
We just have the 2 sheets, is all Tammy gave me. There's
Okay.
supposed to be 3.
We usually have three,
You
yeah.
only 3.
Yeah.
So I'll look at that.
Okay.
This is the first week that Tammy and I are doing payroll.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
So let me try to find out. And
yeah, there's always 3 sheets.
Is it maybe to the 18 that you have any?
it might be, I don't want to speak about asking
Okay.
maybe for sure. So we can, that's her baby, but I'll find out today.
Okay. And nobody gets anything.
No, we definitely don't want that.
Oh, it must be 2019.
Do you want to sign that card? Okay.
Oh, Clancy. Marvin's talking to walls over here.
Well, I reached a certain age.
Yeah, okay.
You're allowed to do that.
Okay. Have you reached that age? Because I wasn't for sure there was one.
Waiting for the minutes.
Okay.
21st.
Yes.
Okay, you ready for the minutes? Okay, page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5.
We do have a correction to suggest on page 5, Clancy Holman, Raleigh County Council. On page 5 at number 11, Cindy,
Okay,
that title, Presentation Retirement Plaque to Craig Sports. You see that? That's fine. Below that, the narrative doesn't match. It actually talks about the plaque being given to Monty. And we have the same issue with 12. I can't remember which one we did first.
Monty.
Was Monty first?
it was.
So if you just take the narrative, well, actually, if you just take
I
the
just-
title of each one, and just
I
say
didn't move them.
11 and 12.
Somehow they got switched. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's okay. Sorry. That's all.
Okay. Page 6. Well, that would have been on page 4, 5. Page 4, 5. Excuse me.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the minutes as amended.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I think if it's in the-
Yeah, it's slow this morning. For tentative agendas, I haven't seen one yet. I'm assuming Grant from the university sent a Zoom link for the intergovernmental on Monday.
Someone from the city will, they have it.
Oh, okay, that's probably gonna be good. Okay. Or Jared.
Any questions on that?
I don't have anything for any of the upcoming press conferences.
Neither do I. So they're fine.
I do have a question for you though, Cindy. The congressional liaison for the steering committee wanted to make sure that all of us have, if we want to put our admins on that email. Do you want to be on there?
That's fine.
Okay, I'll send her information so that you can keep up with it too.
Okay, Shelley's up next.
Very.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Way ahead of myself. Okay. My compliments. All I did was- Okay. And so, Point it out. Yeah. I'll go into there. Okay, what's the, okay. The doctor. It's a woman doctor. All of that. Highway. I did not get good reviews from the road. I don't know why. Trying to keep it quiet. Not monotonous. Yeah, because I stay
Okay.
I don't know if you can do the official notice, but that was payroll funds, right? Because even though we have to pay 2019 stuff, we did not have that this pay period. So we're paid with the two funds.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure you guys were not thinking.
No, I know I usually sign off on 3 and,
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that was.
Well, I think that's good to
Okay.
double check. Yeah, that's important.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know that the two funds. We only have, I have. Everybody did. Yeah, that's about the basic, yeah, but yeah, we are.
I would expect a slew of emails and phone calls otherwise. Yeah.
Or you can just leave them out, get them later, whatever works.
Plans lined up for the weekend?
No,
Hang around, huh?
yeah, I'll say I got a small list of some things I'm gonna do. Watch the K-State game as long as we have a K-State game, it's still in question.
It's there, isn't it?
Yeah. We're having some health issues here. May try to run up to Riley to make that open house.
So I got a funeral to attend still. I can't. Gotta go to St. Mary's. Just in time, here it comes. 9 o'clock, sir, you're on.
All right.
Don't even have to sit down.
On the money, all right.
Morning.
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 Morning. I don't have a whole lot to report other than, I think the last time I was here, I informed the commission that we're gonna start trying some cases. That's moving forward. October and November, they've already set some trial dates. They're gonna, I think, try as many misdemeanors as they can in the courthouse. And then according to Judge Bannister, and then there's a secondary location where we're gonna try felony cases. But that will help us start moving some of these cases that have started to kind of bottleneck and back up. And we've got some people that in custody at the jail that we need to get them tried for both community's sake and their sake as well. So, but you know, I think Judge Bannister has done a commendable, great job, really, in these difficult times as well, trying to get all this set up and get plans approved. And so it looks like we're going to be moving forward.
Good.
Got a busy end of the year, it looks like.
It's going to be a busy end of the year. It is. You're right. But you know, I've got good people, and I think we'll be able to get through it. And again, you know, I know this has just been a really bizarre year for all of us, but I certainly appreciate the commission help with helping us get through all this. So it's really appreciated. Dude, thank you again. So,
Our pleasure.
nobody expected it to be here a year ago. So
No,
here we are.
not at all.
Yeah, so, but thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. And if you have any questions, I'll stand for them, otherwise.
I don't.
I guess the only question I would have in terms of maybe moving forward with jury trials is how do you go through the selection process with proper protocols?
That's why they're gonna use it, you know, with, of course, with felony trials, we have to start with a larger pool of jurors, and they're gonna be social distance 6 feet apart. That's why they're using the theater, so they have that kind of room. With misdemeanors, they've reconfigured some of the courtrooms are in the process of doing that so that they can bring in, it's because on misdemeanors, it takes a smaller pool. But they have rearranged the courtrooms and done some work over there to make that possible. So.
Do you have enough for felony trials? Sometimes you have to sequester a jury for quite some time. That might be a little tricky, maybe too.
Yeah, you know, we've never physically sequestered here, to my knowledge. I haven't been involved in every trial by any means, but where we put them up in motels like some places have, I think we've always really had pretty good luck with jurors following directions, which is don't read newspapers, don't talk to each other, don't talk to anybody else, don't, you know, refer to outside sources outside the courtrooms. Maybe had one of those happen about 5 years ago in the case, but otherwise we've never had any really issues with that, so we haven't had to put them up in hotels, which is thankfully, hopefully that continues.
Yeah. That's all I got.
I don't have anything. Thank you, Barry.
All right, thanks,
Thank
Barry.
you.
Have a good weekend.
Well, thank
Next is Kevin. No, Holman. Mr. Holman. The Mr. Holman.
I see paperwork with signature tabs on it. Get your hands ready.
I heated up the pin so it would flow right.
Speaking of, I had a pen at home that I'd used for a long time to balance the checkbook and everything else. It finally ran out of ink. So I went through my slew of pens at home and not a single one of them worked.
Yeah. So that's the deal, trying to save pins on so long.
Yeah. And so you take that scrap piece of paper and you try to get the ink to work, and struck out about 4 or 5 times. So I have to steal from my stash in the office, I guess. Did you get an invite in October to, I can't remember the group's name, over, we're gonna have a forum over at Midwest Car Collection?
Yeah, something like that, but I didn't.
IHS or something like that. It's the first time I'd received any. I was like, an
It sounds
event?
familiar, but
I'm like, an event in person at the car place? Yeah, game. Let's do it.
no, I've got a lot of stuff out. Even though she's doing better. So
She looks a lot better. Got a call from my friend last night over in Southern Indiana. He's works in Louisville and he's taking some time off. He said stretches of the downtown look like a war zone. That's what he said.
yeah, we boarded up at the stuff.
And the National Guard's there, and Kentucky State Police coordinating with them. This looks like a war zone.
It's gonna be a difficult trial. Very difficult.
Yeah.
thinking there's one state that was taking that no-knock thing and just threw it out the window. Can't do that anymore. It's a difficult thing. It's a very, very hard.
It is, but you have to have some kind of reason or purpose for that. And if you don't, then there's no reason to do it. And there's probably,
But the big ones are when it's not, they get the wrong address.
yeah, and that happens.
Yes. And they don't compensate you for their actions. And it's one of those tough.
Then you have to basically do, in this case, you have to sue and go through the process. I feel horrible for family, you know, I mean, they,
Because of now. you
regardless of who's right or who's wrong, they lost their daughter. And they have to deal with local and regional and national press on top of.
They got
everything
that,
else,
that
you know.
part sued, taken care of to a point, monetary. But when you have the wrong address, and you go in there and do that, and it wasn't, and nothing was found, and we found out later that you're at the wrong street on the wrong house because of street similarity names. There is a stigma back now to that family, even though they're totally innocent. And so it makes it a difficult thing.
And how do you put a price on that? I know they did, but I mean, how do you really, I mean,
It's
morally and ethically and
on
everything
this
else, put a
particular
price on it?
situation, there's no price.
No, there's not.
No.
That's the point.
Hard to do. Looks like there's moisture coming in that window.
It's been like that.
Yeah. But at one time it was there, but
I wonder if it's not from the window or from the,
the radiator,
yeah,
I don't know.
it's technically condensation. In the
Yeah,
anaerobic septic because of heat.
coming up. It's very possible.
Oh, that reminds me, I guess one of our lights are out in the hallway there. Yeah. That was the word I was looking for.
Then we have one, two, it's out here, the two little ones. Love you.
Do this. I don't know, pay attention to who's.
No, I just looked at it. Maybe those, since they're there, that would mean that there's one out over there.
Yeah, I see that one too.
Yeah, behind the fan. Leon, what have you been up to? Depends how old those battles are. And they just go out.
It's like that one back there, that middle one, and that little third row right there is getting.
Yeah,
They'll figure it
it
out.
could be bulb in that. one.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, they'll get it figured out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I do my best work in the dark anyway.
we won't go there.
Yeah.
Okay, Clancy.
Morning again,
Morning.
Commissioners. Clancy Holman, Water County Council. Would like to go ahead and begin with that executive session.
I guess the question I have is how long do we need? 20 minutes? Okay. Move the county commission, including Chairman Rodriguez and Commissioner Ford, recess into executive possession on potential litigation for the purpose of consultation with Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor, attorney for the commission, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship. An exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act, the open meeting to resume in the county commission chamber at 9:35 a.m. Elizabeth Ward, Human Resource Manager, will be present at some point to provide factual information.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay. I move the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
Second? All in favor?
I also move that the record reflect action shall be taken consistent with consensus reached in executive session.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's all I have.
Okay.
And it seems like Mr. Hauser was available here.
Hey,
for his
yes
part.
indeed.
Like that purple tie.
Yeah, yeah. Break it out here this week.
I hope it's a good luck charm. If so, you're gonna have to wear it every
I was
Thursday.
gonna say, maybe I'll do a little better. So. All right, good morning, commissioners.
Good
Morning.
I have a fairly short update. It's been only about a month since my last one here, so we've had a few things happen though. Basically, we continue on with the COVID-19 related splash top installs, assistance, all that. I will report that, talking to department heads, and where splash top licenses were bought, they're good for a year. So instead of wasting those, we've got agreement to, within the department, share them around as necessary. So we're doing our best to maximize our investment in that product. It's all working really well. As the commission had approved a month or so ago, we did get the new firewall equipment in, and we'll be doing that firewall installation. Again, this is the type of install where we'll prep up the new box, do everything behind the scenes, and then it'll be just a very short cut over to get the new one to working. So there'll be should be very minimal impact on county staff. We'll work with the nighttime people, if you will, the EMS and the Adabus folks, and get that done as quickly as possible. We did obtain the network equipment to finish up the lab up at Public Works. So we just need to go in on a Sunday. That was a preference to Adabus because that will cause them a brief outage to their systems, phone and internet. But we'll go in one Sunday in the next few weeks and get that replaced. So that'll allow any kind of movement that Leon needs to happen up to the new lab building to happen from a computer perspective. So we've continued to actively recruit for our Infotech 1 position that we talked about last time. So I anticipate in the next week or two, I'll be bringing something to you on that and get fully staffed up. That'll be good to have. We have, just for your information, we've deployed more hardware to district court for some of their, and this is kind of COVID related too, because they're doing a lot of special staffing over there. Now, this is equipment that's purchased by the district court, but we of course support them, and we make purchase and then charge back to them. Basically, they're on our standards, but that's been happening for them. Let's see, I got a couple of large purchases this fall that'll be out of the I mean, it's planned capital purchases out of our 2020 IT GIS budget, but they're for the file servers that run a lot of the applications here at the county. So I'll be bringing those to you in the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, things are running into the fall here. I paid most of my maintenance earlier on in the year, so no large scale purchases, although I'll add, going on to the GIS side, that we're reaching the final stages of getting all of our Sanborn GIS product, ortho obliques out on the net or out on the website, available in the apps, etc. So we'll be making some of the final payments on that application. Again, all of this out of the 2020 IT GIS budget. Just on the GIS side, I'll just report to the commission that we completed a cell tower proximity study analysis for Twin Valley. I don't really know what it was for. We didn't ask, but I assume it might have something to do with the rural internet project. I'm not really sure, but we're providing that as a service to them, and did a study, got the results to them. GIS continues to spend a significant amount of time on the COVID dashboard updates for the health department. I know there's been a lot of changes in staffing up there, so we're kind of going through that process to get all the information out there for the public. We are looking at a new Esri contact tracing tool. Esri is our software company we use in GIS, our main software vendor for GIS, and they have a product to assist with contact tracing. And Julie is interested in that. We're having some preliminary discussions about adding that product. If we do so, it'll greatly help in the supplying the information out on the website, accuracy, that sort of thing, standards. It'll be a good thing. So anyway, more to come on that. About the only other thing I have in GIS, the 200-foot boundaries we've talked about before, we do quite a few of those. They kind of go in cycles. We'll go a long time not doing anything, get 3 or 4 all at once. But we are working on a little project so that the clerk's office can complete them themselves very easily without having to submit a ticket to GIS and wait for the results there. So anyway, that is really the size of it in the last month in ITGIS. Any questions?
I don't have any.
Things are going well.
Okay,
Good.
thank you, sir.
Okay, you have a good day.
Morning.
Morning, Bob. How are you doing?
We're hanging in there. How about you?
Same.
Okay.
Just trying to cut through the confusion and flying in a fog.
Hmm. Literal and figurative today, right? Pretty foggy outside this morning.
Yeah, that's right.
So what do you think? We're gonna cover the spread Saturday?
Are we even playing?
I haven't heard officially yet. There's a chance we won't.
You know, it's just, if you, I think this is one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't years.
Yeah.
Because if you do phenomenal, it's like, well, you didn't have any competition, everyone wasn't playing, everyone, if you suck, like, oh, wow, you guys suck. Well, either way.
I'd still just rather take the first option and say, oh, well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
No,
what
I've come to a conclusion whether we go 10-0 or 0-10 or whatnot. I'm just happy to see it. So I'll take it with a grain of salt.
Well, it looks, at least it's more entertaining than NFL at this point.
Well, I don't know. There was a couple of Chiefs game was pretty interesting on Sunday. The Dallas game was pretty. I mean, there was a few of them, but NFL has really kind of taken a dive in general over the last 5 or 6 years, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring that up. Oh, thanks. Do this.
How's everything going upstairs in the office?
It's coming along. There's a transition period.
Yeah.
Obviously. But
I haven't had a chance to come up and sit down and officially talk to Amanda yet, but I'm going. It's on my to-do list.
pretty awesome.
Good.
Pretty nice person.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be pretty good.
I think she's gonna be really dynamic. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think.
Good.
But that's just me.
that's
Do we have anything between me, now and when I do
No.
that? Okay, I'll just leave that.
We'll have to wait because we're live, so.
Yeah, right. It's just amazing how it's so easy it is to forget you're on camera. Over here, just. So, where's Ron? What's going on?
He's trying to get some personal stuff done, so.
Very good.
He's got a deadline to meet, whenever that is.
Yeah, I didn't exactly hear that either.
Yeah, I was able to at least tune in to see Lonnie's retirement. It's too bad this whole thing is, ruined so many things.
Yeah, I know.
Hell of a way to go out. It's like no fanfare. That's.
Yep.
Felt bad for him.
No more wild parties.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna cut down on my lifestyle like that.
Yeah, I know, that's what, you're more sober when you hear that.
No margarita Fridays anymore, huh?
Yeah. I know this, we're moving forward on the regulation rewrite.
Mhm.
It's still there. We're trying to get some agreement and some, I don't know, halfway compromise, I should say, as far as the number of illustrations that absolutely need to go in. the document because it turns out they're expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, just ridiculous, you know. I think some of those I can do myself, photos and stuff like that. There's a lot of examples around town that we could use. Yeah, but I think we're really wanting to push that and get that going and get it, you know, to a polished document that you can say, okay, this is a finished project. What do you think? And we want to hurry. We would rather have that done by the end of the year than let it go on the next year and all that. But I would have liked to have it done 2 years ago. But
Well, once you start peeling back the layers on those sort of things, it gets slowed up pretty quick.
line by line.
I mean, you want to, I mean, you want to make sure it's current, but you want to make sure that it has some validity towards the future as well. And it's hard
Yeah.
it's hard to plan that particular part of it out.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't recognize that, but it's a fact.
There's some stuff that we've added to it that we didn't have in the old regs that the city has, and we feel that it should be, you know, a concurrent type of thing, you know, and, like the airport overlay. And that turns out to be, it's changed drastically over the years, so we can't go off of what we used to know on that. We have to.
The federal guidelines have changed significantly on that.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the actual project itself, this would be the best time to do it if you had the funding and
Yeah.
logistics and a plan. This would be perfect to get probably both of the main runway and the cross runway done, but
Yeah.
regulations.
That's right.
And it's kind of sad because then when you do get all that into place, we'll probably be back to a somewhat of a normal, you know, traffic flow there, and then
Yeah.
you're shutting it back down again. So
Yeah.
they're causing more pain on top of pain. Jesse does a pretty good job out there, though. They'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah,
3 more
gotta go
minutes.
on time. If we don't go on time, it gets to be upset because people like, okay, at 10 o'clock.
This
10
is a
minutes to
public
10,
hearing
you really
too,
wanna-
so regardless of
Yeah.
camera or no camera, it needs to happen at the time it was scheduled.
And so, City Hall, I guess, has been closed to the public since way back.
No, they opened back
They
up.
open back up,
Yeah,
you
they-
gotta wear a mask, you
Yeah.
gotta, all those.
They opened back up to themselves in early August, and I think they opened up to the public a
Yeah.
few weeks after.
Huh.
We had our last city joint county meeting there Thursday,
Oh, okay.
and they've got it spaced out pretty well. They moved some stuff around in the lobby area there, and they're making it work.
I know that the Manhattan Urban Area Planning Board, they're doing all their meetings virtual. They're gonna continue doing.
I think
That was
I think when you see meetings and stuff now moving forward, there's going to be that double option.
Yeah, the hybrid.
Yeah. I mean, for me, a lot of the stuff that I typically do in person, I can work around my normal work schedule too. So with Bluetooth and everything that I have in the truck, I can just go out in the parking lot, do a meeting, and go right back to work and not miss half or part of a day. So,
It's kind of nice.
yeah, it allows me to manage my time about really as efficiently as you possibly can in that instance. So,
You know,
I got to take off a half an hour, go do a meeting, come back. You know, sometimes I'll come in a little earlier or stay a little later to make up the difference. But
imagine if we didn't have that technology.
I just wondered throughout this, you know, when we had the Spanish flu pandemic,
Yeah.
just how much incredibly harder that was because you
They
didn't have all
They didn't
this.
have as much
No.
meetings either.
No, that's true.
That's
They didn't have
true,
that many
yeah.
meetings. That's,
true.
so it's not,
A lot of these same protocols, social distancing, masking, all that come from that particular outbreak. So
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
but they didn't shut down the businesses though.
No.
That's the only difference.
when
You're
you
on.
read back on it through newspaper
You're on.
clippings and stuff, they
You're on.
they regulated some things more than you'd think.
That's true. And you know, it's nothing like learning lessons from one thing to go to the next. Okay, let me set here some atmosphere. first. If I haven't said it, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Carl Hood has made application with Riley County Planning and Development requesting to replat lots 1, 2, and 3 of Golden Shores addition into a single lot. The subject property is generally located approximately 1,000 feet north of University Park Road on the east side of Martin Avenue. The subject property was rezoned from agricultural to single-family residential in February of 1976 and platted in March of 1976 as lots 1, 2, and 3 of Golden Shores addition. The lots were never developed and, as you can see, remain vacant. The applicant wishes to combine the lots to increase the overall size of the property in order to be compliant with the requirements of the sanitary code for a wastewater lagoon in order to build a house. As mentioned, the subject property was zoned SF4, single-family residential. At the time, it was platted in 1976, shown here in green. Properties to the north of the site are zoned SF3, single-family residential, as shown in yellow. There are no conditional uses, special uses, or variances associated with the subject property. Riley County Fire District will serve the site. The nearest county fire station is the University Park Fire Station, which is station number 10, located at 7412 Redbud in University Park. The subject site is located within 5 road miles of a fire station. Here's the final plat illustrating the orientation and location of the lot's boundaries. The utility easements that you see here between each of the existing lots are to be vacated by this replat. The newly created lot will meet the size requirements for the zoning district and the sanitary code. On September 14th, the Riley County Planning Board approved the final plat of Golden Shores Addition Unit 2, a replat of lots 1, 2, and 3 of Golden Shores Addition, making a finding that the proposed request is consistent with the Riley County subdivision regulations, Riley County zoning regulations, and the sanitary code. Staff recommends that the Board of Commissioners acknowledge the approved final plat of Golden Shores Addition Unit 2, accepting any easements, rights of way, or licenses as shown to be dedicated on the final plat. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to field those. Fairly straightforward.
Very straightforward. Yeah. I don't see anything that jumps out to me as being problematic. So
Yeah.
I will go ahead and make a motion that we approve resolution number 092420, approving the Golden Shores Addition Unit 2 and accepting the street right-of-way easements and licenses as shown to be dedicated to said plat.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. We have a Mylar out here for you to sign.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
You bet. When you do good work, we use.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, have a good weekend. Go Cats.
Be right back. what you said about Pat, he won't be here. Somebody else will be there. Okay.
Is it possible he might Zoom?
I don't think so. I talked to him, John told him to take care of his table. We need to tweak some of the language in the agreement, so.
Okay.
Have you heard anything about good or bad or on the city tax thing?
Mostly good. The advertising. If I'm betting it'll pass. It'll probably pass about 55% or so. I do think that if we had placed both, two separate ones on this year, it would really complicate it. Just in my discussions with people around town anyway. So key here for us is that we need to probably immediately in November start working on something. Whether
Is
it's
there an election for next year?
municipal.
Municipal, okay.
We get election every November now.
All righty, sir.
Morning again, Commissioners.
Morning.
Clancy Holman, Raleigh County Counselor, standing in for Pat Collins, Emergency Management Director. Pat is aware that he's okay with moving this. We need to table this matter till next Thursday. There need to be a couple more final modifications to the agreement. I'm working with the company. In fact, I'll be talking with them after this meeting. And should be able to get, I would hope, something in place to make those final changes and then get the agreement back in front of the full board next Thursday.
Next Thursday, okay.
Next Thursday.
In this particular case, was there any discussion that they were approved funding, spark funding?
That I don't know. I was not directly involved in tax negotiations with the company.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
I thought this was part of that.
that I do not know.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. Okay, then.
All right.
You make a motion, we table it.
Do we need to?
It can't hurt.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we table the discussion for the Twin Valley lease for tower space.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah, we do have one other small important bit of business to take care of in the absence of Rich. As we discussed, there is a game on Saturday, so I'll fill in and put down predictions. And Cindy, you'll be making a pick for Rich, so yeah. So we'll take it easy on you if it turns out bad.
The KSU and OU is playing.
Yep, and
He got
Oklahoma.
it wrote down already.
Oh, does he? So he's expecting you to put the,
It says me, which means rich.
yeah. See, he'd already planned it. See, we were thinking on the same lines there.
There's a long-standing tradition. His guess could be in 3 figures.
Yeah.
Easily.
I have no clue.
Just write in some numbers. There's a good likelihood the game may not even get played, so you may get off the hook anyway. If it helps your decision process, we're a 28-point underdog.
I have no idea.
Those aren't numbers.
Go.
I can give her a little brief and I'll jump in so she can think.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say 18, it's 40. Then
18 to 40.
Oklahoma.
much as it pains me.
I think we were all similarly thinking the same way last year and look how that turned out, but it's an OU this year. It's a whole different night and day difference. I actually think we may try to fight and at least cover the spread. So I'm going to go 38-17 Oklahoma.
Okay, and I'm gonna go 10 K-State, 40 Oklahoma.
I'm the one that's got faith. Wow.
What are we doing for Ron?
He just defaults to whoever loses. He didn't officially appoint somebody in his place for this.
Let's see. Let's go 12-32 for OU.
Okay. We can
Okay,
add Mary to this too. I know she roots for that other school to the east, but. Okay.
So I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
I'm not a football.
Okay, well, that takes care of everything we need to do this morning, so I will make a motion that we adjourn.
second, all in favor?
Aye.